Hi, welcome back to Crafting a Country Life. I'm coming on this morning to share my Saturday morning makes hosted by Jill Norwood. And this week I decided to do something a little bit different. I have been collecting paper crafting materials for years among all of my other crafting supplies, and I'm getting to the point in my studio where I've reached terminal velocity. There isn't a square inch of space left in here to store anything more, so I'm cutting way back on what I'm purchasing, and at the same time going through what I have to think about getting rid of a few things that I know I don't really use or that I don't care for anymore. And I was ready to actually throw into the recycling bin several pads of paper that I, had purchased many, many years ago, and look at it now and think, well, why did I ever buy that in the first place? I don't know if other people find themselves in that particular situation or not, but my plan going forward, I have a couple of years until I retire, but my plan at that point is to maybe start getting my feet wet with a few craft fairs and things like that. So yeah, I have a lot of materials. I just need to get them made up into products. But in the meantime, while I'm still working, I'm dabbling here and there with different kinds of ideas. So my thought was, okay, let's take a look at some of these paper pads that I would just as soon throw out. And in fact, these two pads right here, I actually had brought down to my recycling bin. And then I dug them out after I played around with a couple of the papers from these and discovered that I'm really not sure I want to throw them out, and here's why. Here is the products that I used. Number one, destined for the garbage bin. Okay, it's called Serenity. It's a Craftsmith Hot Buy from Michaels. This one here is called Terrace Blooms, and I purchased this one at Hobby Lobby many moons ago. And this one, I actually really like this pad, but I have so many pads with pink and mint in them that I decide, oh well, maybe this is one I could forfeit to make space in my studio. This is called Butterfly Blooms, and it's also a Michaels Recollections pad. And I guarantee you I got these all either on clearance or for a very inexpensive price when I purchased them. And at that point I was really, stash building. So anyway, so here we are. These three pads, as well as these, and all of these pads, smaller ones that I'm going to show you, are from Hobby Lobby. This one is called Wild and Free, and again, I got them all on sale. This one here, The Shop on the Square. This one is Hello Darling, and the last one is Bloom Boutique. And as time has gone along, my tastes in paper crafting have changed somewhat, so these are paper pads that I, was just taking up room in my stash. So I did some thinking and some hunting online and came up with some ideas for items that I could create with these paper pads that I could possibly resell. And this is what I came up with. These are legal pad holders. And you can buy these sets of legal pads at Dollar Tree. 3 come in a package for $1. And then what I did was I just created a cover, added a coordinating strip down the front, a sentiment. The insides are matted. I rounded the corners and added a pocket. And then the pad itself can be replaced with another pad. So here's the underneath part. And then I did put washi tape down the center of the spine before I added the matting, just to give it a little extra strength. So these are a nice size. Here's another one. And on the inside here with the pocket. And another pocket on the inside and some glitter paper. And I just absolutely love these. These are from the Butterfly Blooms pad. These few that I'm showing you here. A couple more. Let me just check my pile. Yeah, one more. This one here. You are mint for greatness. Aren't these pretty? You know, and these are paper pads that I was gonna actually get rid of. I'm glad that I didn't actually do that because these are coming out really nicely. This pad here, and personally, I don't care for the papers in here anymore. But when you put them together into a product, look at this. I mean, these are lovely, and certainly somebody will, you know, enjoy this particular style and maybe want to use one. So this again, same thing with the pocket on the side, the replaceable pad area. And the colors just coordinate so lovely. Here, this is another one from that same Serenity pad. Here's the inside. And then the next three are from this paper pad from Hobby Lobby, the Terrace Blooms. Here's the first one. But I mean, you know, sometimes we think that we don't like something. We don't like the paper. Well, I'm still not crazy about them. But when you work them up into something, I found that I really like these now. Here's another. I did use a couple of stickers that I had in my stash. These are not part of the collection in any way, but they do coordinate. Here's the inside. So pretty. And then this last one here. You know, and they still have sort of the floral, feminine, soft pastel look that I enjoy crafting with. I mean, that's my personal taste. But I think that these notebooks, I just am so pleased with the way they came out. So I'm thinking maybe what I'll do with the I'd like to be able to kill this pad. There's a few more sheets left. So with the scraps then, combined with these other pads that I got from Hobby Lobby that were also destined for the recycle bin, I made these little booklets. Now this is how I plan on packaging these up when I'm ready. This will have just a little paper tab at the top. But they're little mini notebooks, little mini journals. And here's what they look like up close. I just took some cotton yarn from the craft store, tied a charm on the end, put a bow around it, and then on the inside, using just the scraps from, you know, these paper pads and some stickers from my stash that coordinate these little booklets here. So that you could use them as journals, you could write in them, make lists, whatever you choose. And then they're just stapled in the center. And there are many, many tutorials online for how to create these. They're extremely simple. And you know what I have to say I like about doing these kind of mass-produced things is that they're kind of mindless and good if you just need to do something where you could sit in one place in your craft room with a pile of papers and some glue and a paper cutter and a pair of scissors and just sit there and kind of put things together. So these are really therapeutic and fun to work on. So I've got a couple different ones so far. These are kind of like my prototypes. And just, I think tying a little charm on there just adds a really fun detail. And, you know, certainly it makes a nice presentation when you package them up. You know, if you do plan on doing any craft fairs or even just to give them as gifts, they just look so pretty with the little charm and the tie. So I think these will be a fun thing to make up in quantity. So that is what I have to share for today. Just to also share, I've had these washi tapes literally forever. And these are probably 6 or 7 years old. But these colors were beautiful to pull out, to tape into the spines of these books. So I'm finding a way to kind of use up what I have in my stash and, you know, make good use of it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this video and maybe got some inspiration for some pads that you too may also be considering putting in the recycle bin or giving away to paper crafter friends or destashing or what have you. Because sometimes, you know, these paper pads can surprise you when you put them together into an actual product. So take care and we'll see you back again very soon. Bye for now.